Hi guys, welcome back to the follow-up video on Plasma or the XPL. I did make a detailed video on this like yesterday, and I did say that I will make a follow-up video on it if once the token goes live, and it's live as of now, and it is at $1 and its market cap is like 1.9 billion. So again, this was how I thought it would go out. So like it would have like the market cap above 1 billion and the price would be somewhere around like 77, or if it is around like 500, it would be around 38 cent. But again, as you can see here, I was clearly wrong, and as of now I did say that its circulating supply is going to be somewhere around 1.3 billion. I was even wrong about that, and that is not on me because the coin market cap, or sorry, the coin gecko still says it is at 1.38 billion. But again, it's turned out that its circulating supply is around 1.84 billion, and its market cap is at like 1.9 billion. It is a massive one, of course. So the reason why it has a higher market cap is because I think the demand for the stable coin like earning is really high. So recently they did partner with I think Binance and Aave, as you can see here, and which was a big one. And because of that, there was a new like earn product on the Binance, and because of that, I think the demand for like the plasma is really high. And this is how the market cap, sorry, the total TVL of like the plasma chain looks like. They have a massive TVL of like 1.43 billion. So if like the demand is high for, let's say, for the stable coins, plasma could be really up there. And as of now, the stablecoins protocol are doing really well. If you look at Ethena and some others, so all of them have seen a massive growth, and I think that is the exact same case for like plasma as well. So if you look at Aave, it has a massive TVL of like 1.2, and we have Fluid, which is also getting a lot of abstraction. Even Euler is getting a lot of abstraction, and there is a pretty good, like it seems like that the volume is pretty high on the Uniswap, which is on like in the plasma ecosystem. Overall, it's looking good for the plasma, I would say. Now again, it doesn't mean that the token will go up forever, because it has to go down from somewhere. But as of now, it seems like that it is holding like 68 cent to like $1.08 is like a range where it is where the token is basically trading. So I think we may see a dip like as low as 85. But before that, let's talk about its tokenomics before we cover price. So now moving on to its token. So this is like a layer 1, as you can see here, and the token is used for transaction fees as well as to reward those who provide network support by validating transactions. So basically it is for the staking as well. So basically you can earn like XPL through that as well. So, and it's also used for transaction fees. So as long as there is a demand for like its ecosystem, it should have a pretty big demand as well. But again, USDT transfers are for free. They are basically sponsored by the Plasma payment master, I would say. Now again, if we look at their distribution, so the token doesn't have a mixed supply, so it is an inflationary token, and its initial supply or the initial supply minted is like 10 billion, out of which they hold a public sale of like 10%, 25% went to investors, like 40% for the ecosystem growth, and 25% went to the team. And as you can see here, I did talk about it in the previous video. So XPL purchased by the non-US purchasers are fully unlocked upon launch, and XPL purchased by the US purchasers are subject to 12-month lockup and will be fully unlocked on July 28th, as you can see here. Overall, it has a typical tokenomics of like all of the tokens that are newly launched. So the tokens of the investors as well as for the team will be locked for 1 year. After that, they will be released in like 2026. So that is how it is. Overall, I would say it is like a fairly standard economics. But I think because of this inflation, which starts at 5%, it will decrease like till it reaches like 3% base, as you can see. But again, I think this inflation will most likely hurt the token, in the long term. But as for the short term, like let's say that couple of months from now on, let's say till Feb or till like April of 2026, this token should not have that much sell pressure. Again, we do have like a lot of purchasers or the non-US purchasers who basically got into it when they got it in the public sale. So they could be waiting for a pretty good opportunity to sell the token. As of now, it seems like that they are thinking that the token could basically see a new all-time high, and it seems like that it is like doing that. So as of now, the token itself is pretty much available on all of the exchanges out there. It has yet to launch on Coinbase. If they can secure the Coinbase listings, I think it should go for that like new all-time high. So that is what I'm looking at, and especially if they announce more news or more ecosystem news, I think it could actually go like as high as 1.26 or even 1.5 is a possibility. But again, overall, I think it has like a pretty big demand. This was unexpected, to be honest. I was looking at like 1.5 to 1 billion, but 1.9 is a massive one. And even if you look at its volume is really high as well. So as of now, let's say I think if it can peak like slightly above 3 billion, or let's say that if it can peak like around 3.5, I think it may struggle because overall market is going down. So I'm not sure about that, but we'll just replace the current circulating supply here, and we will make this like, let's say that it goes as high as like 3.5 billion. So if that happens, we could be looking at the price as high as $1.9. So I think $2 could be possible, especially if it sees that much market cap. But again, like hitting 3.5 in a rough market like this is going to be really hard, because even if you look at the BTC, it's going down. So overall, I think it may eventually go as low as like 1 billion. If it goes like as low as 1 billion, that means that the token is going to have a price of, let's see what we get here. So if it goes like as low as 1 billion, the price will be at 54 cents. So that is something you know. So if it goes like as low as like 500 million, its price will be like 27 cents. So again, these are the different targets that I'm looking at. Of course, it won't go like that low, but again, I think it can go as low as 1 billion, especially as of now the token is like really hot as of now because it just launched. So we could be looking at I would say like a retest as low as 83 cent, or even like as low as 65 or 68 is a possibility. So if you are willing to take a risk on this token, I think like entering around 84 cent or even like around 73 or even like around 68 is like, I would say, fairly well. But again, this entry is going to be a bit of risky. And again, if they announce something, the token may actually go for a new all-time high. But if they don't, we may see a massive sell pressure from these public sales. So that is a possibility as well. Anyways, just want to cut the coin. I will be back with more. Thanks for watching.